Welcome to Atomic English. The U.S. economy is sending some seriously confusing signals right now. One report says things are slowing down, but the next says everything is fine. So in today's video, we're going to break down what's really going on.
So, what's the real story? Is the U.S. economy actually strong, or is it teetering on the brink of a slowdown? As we're about to see, the answer is, well, it's not simple at all. And it really starts with one major contradiction.
And here is that central puzzle. On one hand, job growth is slowing down quite a bit, which is usually a clear warning sign. But on the other hand, unemployment is still near historic lows, which is a sign of a strong economy. So how can both of these things be true at the exact same time?
Let's start by digging into the labor market, because this is where the signals are really mixed. You can see the sharp decline right here on this chart. In July, companies added only 73,000 jobs. That is a huge drop from the average of 168,000 we were seeing just last year. It's like the hiring engine is really starting to tap the brakes.
But here's the twist in the story. Despite that big slowdown in hiring, the unemployment rate has barely moved. It's holding steady at a historically low 4.2%. This suggests that even with fewer companies hiring, the job market is still surprisingly tight.
So, how is this even possible? Well, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell calls it a curious kind of balance. Basically, it means that not only are companies hiring less, but fewer people are actually looking for new jobs. So both the supply and the demand for workers are slowing down together.
Now, this cooling trend isn't just happening in the labor market. We're seeing a lot of pressure building in the housing sector too, where builders are feeling pretty pessimistic. Get this. Confidence among home builders has been in negative territory for 16 straight months. That's not just a blip. It's a powerful and persistent signal of some deep-seated problems in the construction industry.
So what's driving this struggle? Well, it really boils down to a few key things. You've got high mortgage rates, making loans really expensive, which means fewer buyers are showing up. And ultimately, affordability is still the biggest hurdle for anyone who's trying to buy a new home.
Next up, let's turn to a third source of pressure, the rising cost of new trade policies. We're talking about tariffs, and they are definitely starting to bite. 18.6%. That is the new average tariff rate consumers are facing on imported goods. Now, to put that number in perspective for you, the news reports that we haven't seen a rate that high since 1933. This is a pretty significant new cost being added right into the economy. And of course, that cost gets passed directly down to consumers. The impact on the average American household is estimated to be around $2,400. That's a direct hit to family budgets, all from higher prices on everything from electronics to clothing.
And this doesn't just affect individual households. It actually acts as a drag on the entire economy. Projections are showing that these tariff costs could shave off 0.5 percentage point from economic growth each year for the next 2 years.
So let's recap. We have a cooling job market, a struggling housing sector, and costly new tariffs. Naturally, all eyes are now on the U.S. Central Bank. What is the Federal Reserve's next move in this really delicate situation?
The Fed's main challenge here is inflation. Right now, it's running near 3%, which is still well above its 2% target. This persistent inflation really limits their options. This creates a very difficult choice for them. You see,
If they cut interest rates to help stimulate the economy, they risk letting inflation get even hotter. But if they keep rates high to fight inflation, they risk pushing the job market into a real downturn. It's a classic economic balancing act.
But despite that inflation risk, the financial markets seem to be betting heavily on a rate cut. They're pricing in a 90% chance that the Fed will act next month. So for now, it really seems like the growing concern over a job slowdown is winning the argument. And all of this leads to the biggest question of all. Can the U.S. economy achieve a soft landing? That means slowing things down just enough to control inflation without causing a full-blown recession. It's the ultimate economic tightrope walk. But with so many conflicting signals, you really have to wonder, is the pilot's touch steady enough to avoid a rough landing?
Thanks for watching Atomic English. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave a comment to practice your English. Don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe so you never miss a new video. See you next time.